So one of my favorite movies of all time is Cool Hand Luke. It's kind of an old movie, but it's still a really good movie. It's about this guy that gets sentenced like 2 or 3 years in prison, and he's one of the toughest guys you'll ever see. He's always trying to escape. He is never following the directions that the guards give him, and it's a really crazy movie. And if you're looking for a show or a movie to watch, you should check it out. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about the prison system in America. I'll be giving you some information on the issues of healthcare in our prisons, how big of a problem mass incarceration is, and how we need to provide a better education for our inmates. The prison system in America has many flaws. I believe as a society we need to come together and suppose new ideas on how we can fix our prison system. Some assumptions of healthcare in prisons. I'll be talking about the healthcare issues, how mass incarceration can affect America, and how we need to provide better education for our prisoners. So I'm going to start with healthcare. So inmates complain that the medical staff does not take their concerns or symptoms seriously. So say an inmate has a hurt leg. If he says he needs surgery or he needs something, the guard does not take that seriously, or the medical staff member does not take their symptoms seriously. The medical attention comes slowly and can be very unpredictable. So if you need surgery on something, it could take months for you to actually get that surgery, because you have to go through documents of a lot of things that you need to do, and all this work that you have to do to get to the hospital and get your surgery. Also, they can be very unpredictable, because on the day of your surgery, a fight could break out at the prison, and that automatically cancels your surgery, and you may have to wait another 2 or 3 more months waiting for your surgery to happen. And according to John T. Booth, he's a trial attorney with the New Jersey Office of the Public Defender, and he covered the Carlos Mercado story, which is a inmate at Rikers Island that had diabetes, and he told the guards all day that he needed more insulin, and they just blew him off and gave him a trash bag because they thought he needed to throw up or something. And later that day, he passed out on the floor, and the guards didn't really do anything. According to John T. Booth, they sat there and watched him. It's on surveillance video, and a guard stepped over him, like as a joke, and he actually has got his family he died that day because he needed more insulin, and his family has sued, and they actually just got $1.5 million because of this. And it's a really crazy situation, but it's something that needs to be fixed so things like that don't happen. Okay, now I'm going to move into mass incarceration. It's really hard to comprehend how many people are in prison. There's roughly, according to John Paff, he is a professor of law at Fordham. There's 1.5 million people in prison in America, and that's too much. And that's not even counting jails, people on probation, parole. That's just counting the state and federal prisons. And the cost of mass incarceration, it's roughly $50 billion. That's entirely too much to be spending on pretty much anything. That's a lot of money. And then how many people? All the 1.5 million people. That's 1.5 million different families. That's family members that are seeing this. That's family members that are being emotionally drained. That is family members that may follow in footsteps and also be in prison later in their lives, and it's just a huge problem that we need to look at and we need to fix. Now I'm going to be moving into education in prisons. Here's some reasons for better education in prisons. I believe that if they have a better education, there will be a smoother transition back into society, instead of just going right back into society without any education, without anything, and coming right back into the prison. and also some positive impact on prisoners is it gives them something to do. It gives them something that they can get their mind off whatever it may be on, and it also puts them in a positive place. It allows them to see that they can do something right instead of always thinking that they can't do something right, and that they can do something and they can succeed in life. And to my conclusion, I believe that most people don't really have an accurate understanding of how corrupt the prisons really are. The health care, people don't take your health serious in prison. They're spending way too much money on food, housing, $50 billion on these prisons, and education needs to be improved. You need to have education so that you're educated in the world when you come out and you're not just completely lost. And I'm going to leave you with an old quote. If you can't do the time, then don't commit the crime.